Welcome to Tweet of the Week. I am delighted to be celebrating our FCPS golf champions. We have AnPhi and Bach from Urbana High School, and I have to tell you that I love to play golf, but I have a skill level that is nowhere near what the two of you have demonstrated and modeled. So you're going to have to forgive me, but I'm going to have a little bit of hero worship going on here because as we start talking about what you've accomplished, I'm truly going to be in awe of you. So I'm just warning you in advance so that you won't feel uncomfortable with that, okay? So golf champions, this year you played kind of middle of winter. Your championship was April, so was that different for you, having to play when the weather was colder, or is that just something you're used to, you play all the time anyway?
We usually pretty much play all year round anyways, but usually our counties is like at the end of summer, so it's like different weather, and this year it was like rainy the entire counties.
Very rainy, and obviously then the courses are a little more challenging.
Yeah, most definitely. During a regular season, we'd have matches where the weather was around 40, sub 40, where we'd have to wear pants, multiple layers, stuff like that, compared to our usual seasons where we'd always wear shorts and sometimes, pack like extra water, like cold water, stuff like that. It's a lot different in terms of before and during the match.
Absolutely.
I think this year's county was actually easier because there were like multiple rules, like you could like mark the ball, lift it up, clean it, and then place it like on an easier spot. And then bunkers, you would be able to take them out, so it just made everything much easier for me.
Okay, and so modifying the rules, because many times they do modify rules for winter golf, but again, it's still everybody out there as a golfer, you're playing by the same rules. And so how long have you guys been playing golf? When did you start and what got you interested? Bach?
I started playing when I was around 8 years old. I just finished playing football and my parents were too scared that I would get an injury, so they switched me to a safer sport and I really liked it, so I kept playing.
All right.
I started when I was 8, but I wasn't really interested, so I quit. And then when I was 10, I started getting back into it because my brother started playing golf and he got me interested again. But I haven't really started playing as competitively until like last summer.
Okay, and when you say play competitively, what do you mean?
Like play in like bigger tournaments and take it more seriously because I still wasn't like that interested in golf because I played other sports as well.
Okay, and so golf, like any other sport, there's an opportunity for you to continue to pursue outside of what you do in school in tournaments and leagues and things like that, right? And so Urbana High School won the team championship this year, and then you are also individual champions, correct? And so, and we know that AnPhi is the overall champion because you had a score of
3 under 69.
69, and you guys were playing at Cluster Spires Golf Course. Bach, what was your score?
I shot a 2 under 70.
Wow, okay, so you beat all of them by 1. Every stroke counts in golf. That's amazing. Awesome, awesome. And so you've both played on the teams for several years. Now, last year, where was your tournament held?
It's at Cluster Spires every year for
Every
counties.
year? Okay. And you said that's a fairly easy course for you. And why is that?
The course is relatively flat, so we wouldn't have any problems, adjusting distances, adjusting, the way we shape our shots, stuff like that. It's also really wide, so we have a lot of margin for error for longer shots. And there aren't many parts of the course where we can really make mistakes, like water hazards or stuff like that, out of bounds. So even if you do make any mistakes, you're given a lot of leeway, and so it allows you to score really well.
Okay, and did I hear one of you say it's a little shorter than the home course you play on for practice is Holly Hills? Mm-hmm. Okay. Is shorter better? I mean, I would imagine you guys hit it pretty far.
Yeah, it's much easier because we have like a shorter club and then so we're like hitting more accurate to the pin. Yeah.
Okay. And again, I'm sitting here in awe because I have played clustered spires, and I will tell you there is water on that course, and I have found it many times. So, but again, totally different experience, the way you play golf and the way I play golf. So what sort of things do you do? Because again, while yes, it's a team sport, it's also an individual sport. And a lot of people will say that a big part of a golf game is the mental element of it. So what are some of the things that, in addition to learning the actual physical skills, what are some of the mental pieces that go into being a champion golfer?
Well, in normal tournaments, you play anything ranging from 9 to 72 holes. So you have a lot of time to really compose yourself and keep playing. And when I was younger, whenever I'd make a mistake, I'd kind of let myself down, sometimes cry, because I was really weak mentally. And as I grew older, I found out that there were many opportunities left, and the more I'd cry, the more I'd play worse. So that strong mental fortitude really carried over from golf to other aspects of my life as well.
Absolutely.
I think mental game is really important because like when you hit a bad shot, you know, you gotta forget about it and keep moving on because it's only one shot in your entire round.
And you can get into that spiral, you know, of if you worry about it too much. And yes, so we hear that, and I love that you said, Bach, it carries over into other pieces of our lives, because at some point we're gonna make mistakes, we might fail at a task. We can't let that define, just like you wouldn't let it define your round, you can't let that define you or your ability to continue and accomplish. Well, I have heard from both of you that we should expect to see a repeat next year, that we're assuming that Urbana is going to be strong again and you as individuals are ready to tackle this, and who knows, maybe come back next year and do another tweet with me. Maybe we could even like bring a putting green in and you could give me some pointers, although I don't think that's the worst part of my game, but probably the only one we could focus on in a small spot like this. Well, thank you both, and congratulations on your championship. Congratulations on the lessons you've learned that you're carrying with you, and I really appreciate you coming in and giving me your time, because I know how valuable that is for our high school students.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
And so, celebrating our students is one of our favorite things to do on Twitter. Please join administrators, teachers, coaches, and find out some of the amazing things that are happening all over FCPS. We thank you for joining us for Tweet of the Week, and we look forward to seeing you next time.